There are a few ways in which humans agree on a fundamental level. I think if the people of this planet could relate to one another, perhaps there would be less conflict. Maybe there would be less of a desire to tear down one another, and instead we'd spend our resources building each other up.
I want to start by saying that my dad is my hero and has always been.
I spent a lot of time at my grandparents' house, and next door to them was a little girl named Susie Calarco.
I have a type 1 diabetic son. He was diagnosed when he was only 4 years old. So I spent some time being really angry about his diagnosis and feeling like it was unfair.
There is something all humans can do to turn a tolerable environment into a loving one.
He had been out plowing the campus for the entire night. It was a really bad snowstorm up north in Massachusetts.
I used to go over there and I would play with her a lot, and there were many times that I would knock on her door and her parents would tell me that Susie just can't play today.
My wife and I took some time at All Children's Hospital to be educated about his disease, and during that time he participated in a workshop, like a Build-A-Bear workshop. The facilitator of the workshop was Mike Alstott, the Super Bowl champ from the Buccaneers.
And he got home at like 7 a.m. and I was awake, waiting for him to come back. And he was heading back out, and I asked him where he was going, and he said, well, I took care of the campus, but I think I should take care of the neighborhood.
One day, my parents sat me down and told me that Susie had died. And I remember feeling very sad.
I watched this guy, and the light in his face, the smile, the kids were climbing all over him, they loved him. And I realized he's not a football star anymore. He could be doing anything with his time, and he's spending the whole day here with these kids who all have debilitating diseases.
Some of us may use words such as kindness and empathy to describe the concept of compassion.
And that so impressed me that I wanted to go with him. And I said, do you mind if I come with you? He was excited about that, and that was the first example of me really being moved to want to do something to help others.
And he wasn't making any money for it. In fact, he was paying for the entire event. And it made me realize compassion is a basic human necessity. It's what makes us feel like we want to be here and be alive. And I want to have that impact on somebody.
Others would say it is the golden rule that is ingrained in all of us at a young age.
I didn't know it at the time, but Susie had leukemia. I knew then what compassion felt like, but I didn't know that was the definition of it.
My dad's inspiration taught me that compassion can be done in so many different ways. There isn't really any limitation.
Caring is kind of what I think is the center of compassion.
I also see compassion as a heart. And I'm thinking more along the lines of the human heart.
That compassion can be whatever you want it to be.
And then I would branch out in hopes that compassion could spread to everyone, and there's like no limits. It goes off, it's endless.
Expand outward from yourself as the center.
Eventually, you won't have to go out of your way to practice compassion with big gestures and materialistic expenses. It can be difficult to understand why you would even try to make an impact, especially when it seems so small. But it's the little things that add up. Compassion is second nature for all of us. We just have to be in touch with it.